Welcome to the channel 831 Novo. We're here in downtown Santa Cruz doing a half-mounded planting of a gem avocado tree at a community garden. Check out the bees. I'm where I want to be with gopher basket, a 15-gallon. It's mocked up, halfway buried. I'm gonna mound up to about the green painted area, exposing that mesh above grade. It's gonna go half compost free premium potting soil with the native. The native is sandy loam. It should be fine. It doesn't ribbon, it breaks apart, and you can see the grains of sand in there. So we're just gonna break up the large clumps, make it super soft and nice and airy for the roots to easily spread into. We're gonna equally layer the compost-free potting soil and the native. I dug like 6 inches past the reach of the gopher basket, but like I mentioned earlier, I really want it nice and fluffy. So let's get into it. That's the premium compost-free potting soil, and here's the native. And now we mix. Any large clumps, break them down. A little bit more native. And that should be good. Now the compost free already has some mycorrhiza, but we're still gonna add a little bit more. Just a little bit. I want to add most of it to the top half, closer to the roots of the tree. But I just want to introduce the spore so that when the roots reach down there, they get colonized. Flatten it out a little bit. Mock it up. And that looks about right. And before I continue to fill, I want to show you an alternate way how I mock these cages open. So this is normally would have been folded over, but I actually cut up to here until where it looks like to where it's even, and then I'm left with this mouth opening where roots can push it down and get out. So yeah, let me show you real quick. Have some nippers, and I just keep cutting up. Have to be really careful. I'm aggravating the bees. They attacked me earlier. So if you're working around bees, Move slow. I'm having difficulty showing you guys, but I want to get this right. So keep cutting down. I need to cut down to like right here. So there, it's detached, and now I just bend and wiggle back and forth till it comes off. There, it's snapped. And now I have this little opening that I squish flat. Squish it flat. And so a root's gonna be able to punch out, but I'm hoping that the gopher doesn't find that flattened area. Just the tip. And then it goes in. Now that the cage is in the hole, continue to fill. Add the micro. More native and mix. Take your time mixing. Make sure it's blended thoroughly. Present the plant, the avocado tree, and that's where I want to be. So we're gonna fill around it. I popped the bottom so that I'm gonna be able to cleanly pull up the 5-gallon container when the soil is all filled in. And let me see if I can zoom you in. There's definitely time, but you can see some nice healthy roots. Let's fill. And we're gonna get dirty, we're gonna hand fill. Good layer of the potting soil, native nets. and get in their hand blend. And break up large clumps. Continue to fill. Don't forget the rest of the mycorrhiza. And hand blend. And now we're gonna fill all the way, mostly native now. But at least we know that the core, the center of it, is well draining and nice and fluffy. And we shape. So that's it. Mound is slightly pressed and compacted, not too hard. The base of it, I hit it with my boot, but the top of it, especially the curve in the caldera, if you've been following, you know I always build in a caldera. This one I hand shape all the way around, outside of the cage, so that there's water retention outside the cage, and the roots seek that water, grow in that direction. Next up is double staking it. I'm gonna remove that center one. I always felt like it's moving around, beating the roots too much. So that's the next step. All right, there it is, double stake. Let me remove that central stake. And now we're gonna pull the liner. The rim, I cut it with the snippers, and then I just cut down it with the blade. Liner is off. Now we're gonna Velcro tie. Let me zoom out. Quick walk around. Gem in ground, half mounded up, downtown Santa Cruz, California. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace. Have a good one.